Hey, it's a new year, January 4th, 2013. Got to get used to saying that. Got to get used to writing that. Although, who writes checks anymore? But this is always a hard time of year to keep that up. So, a couple things I want to get to today, and that is some questions kind of going on the forum that are pretty interesting. We'll talk about strumming. We'll talk about Hector Garcia, and maybe one more thing. Oh, if I get to it, we'll talk about lefties a little bit. That was a question that kind of came last week, since it's been 2 weeks since we've had a chance to visit here on the TG Weekly Update. So, first, a quick rundown of some things that, do I have a pick floating around here? I certainly do. A couple of cool Target releases. We just did 3 things this week because we kind of took off, actually, a long time. And I didn't get nearly as much done during the break as I'd hoped to. So, I have to be piling on stuff over the weekend, see what's happening. All my long-lost daughters from college are home, and the house is just full. And so getting work done has been really minimal. But been fun. Been a good trade-off. Anyway, had a lot of fun putting together the James Taylor lesson, You Can Close Your Eyes, of course, from Mudslide Slim. And that was I've sort of been lagging on James Taylor lessons for a few reasons. The main one is, I always have to figure out a way to approach these where we will not be playing it note for note the way he does, because he never plays it the same way twice. So to effectively play James Taylor songs, you have to learn some specific techniques, and that's what I talk about in this lesson. Sometimes arpeggio patterns, or playing little scales like that. Sometimes double bass note patterns. Not double, mono bass patterns, pounding away on the same bass note. And then effortlessly going from that into light finger strumming. So this is, anyway, I hope to get to a few more of his tunes in the near future. Anyhow, that one might be in the works sometime soon. Not necessarily the instrumental versions, which brings me to what else I want to talk about. I'll relate that to Hector later on. So, had a chance to take a look at Dean's uploads of the first 2 parts of the Fisherman. And again, most of you, if you've seen Dean's uploads, they are very, just great hand position. Love watching his videos. And anyway, some good, more kind of advanced techniques and concepts of what you can be working on with the Fisherman. Today's release was kind of unusual, as many of you, if you followed Ed's lessons are just, everyone is a new piece of eclecticism or something. And I think in this one we kind of we started off talking about Bach. Not particularly this, I don't think. But it just turned into a whole music appreciation thing as time went on. So, I gotta get to a lesson on this soon. Sort of that kind of relates to my Hector Garcia story too. I should have tried this once this year. That's what happens, a little bit of rust. What's the next chord? Wait. I started that back in the early part of December, but haven't obviously didn't follow up on it. But where was I going? Oh, so Ed's lessons turn into like music appreciation, kind of. This one did, this fly on the wall. So again, never quite know where those are going. That's it for the Target releases this week. We had some other kind of great questions going on the forum. I guess I'll take them sort of in chronological order. Although one had to do with fingering in Lagrima, and just goes to show you can't trust tablature. Anyway, I hope people that are working on Lagrima took a look at the manuscript version that I added to the lesson, so you can see what came out, well, in 1925. This was 15, 16 years after Targa died. But anyway, still kind of cool. Hard to read. I had to blow it up on the screen to see what all the little stuff was. But let's see, where was I going? Hector. No. Yes, let's talk about Hector first. Because instrumentals are really cool, and did see a comment from somebody hoping there was more stuff from Hector. I would love to get more stuff from Hector. Hector sort of disappeared from off the face of the earth, although I will put a renewed effort. One of my New Year's resolutions will be to see if we can reel him back in and get some more advice from him. Although we will be expanding the classical guitar stuff anyway with a few other projects I'm working on, and with hopefully some other guests. John Dimmick, you watching out there? You ever check my newscast, buddy? And let's see. So part of the thing is, one of the comments I saw was that we needed more instrumental stuff, and realized that some people may not realize that there are a ton of instrumentals here. Some of them are listed under my name, because many of them are my own pieces, but also many of them are, like, that's where Romanza is, and what else? I forget now. But there's a whole bunch of stuff listed under mine. I know our master menu has gotten so big, and of course some other cool instrumentals, and this is where somebody could respond to this thread and bring up some of the instrumentals that, if you haven't heard of them, you would never think to look under Jorma Kaukonen and take a look at Embryonic Journey, or under Vince Guaraldi for Linus and Lucy, or under John Loudermilk for Windy and Warm. So, and coming up soon, probably there'll be a Stefan Grossman part. Wait a minute, let me try that again. Thou shalt warm up. Fingers can't get ahead of the brain for very long. Anyway, we'll hope to get to that one soon too. So more instrumentals, more classical stuff, and other things kind of on my horizon. So Lefty's question. Do not let anybody start playing the guitar left-handed. Don't let them play the piano left-handed. Don't let them play the violin left-handed. Don't let them play the flute left-handed. The guitar. You need two hands. They both have to do different things. Each hand can learn to do either job. I know, doesn't seem like it, but it is. It's a huge advantage to be left-handed. You have to do much more fine motor control with your left hand than you do with your right. Your right is more gross motor until you get into razzle-dazzle finger picking, or even just normal finger picking, just normal arpeggios and all that kind of stuff. So I should brush up on this one too. Still been brushing on, working on my villa-lobos. Whoa, don't talk like that. Spot I always mess up. No, not yet. I told you it's that 12th fret change. Here it comes. One more chord. Ah, close! Okay, enough. Okay, that's it about lefties. Had one more thing. Oh, the last really important thing to talk about today. Why do I keep losing the pick? Strumming. Cannot do it without constant motion. Absolutely not. Until you're very advanced. If you heard something like this. fairly rhythmic. There was not much percussion in it because I was playing the notes fairly softly with my fingers. And you could find the beats and stuff, but you couldn't find them as easily as if I was doing this. If I played that without the constant motion, the big deal about downs and ups is they don't sound the same. So, but you want a consistent tone on the beats, which are the downs, and then a different consistent tone on the ups. So if I did this. Didn't cut it. It did not have the strong rhythm that this did. Now to simplify that even more, or to another example, is the standard folk strum. Tequila Sunrise type thing. When I say the downs and the ups don't sound the same, when I play a down you hear more distinct bass, you hear a heavier sound than you do on an up. The up you hear a brighter sound. Now it's fairly subtle, it may not translate through the audio on the video here very well, but on a fine level, you hear more of this on a down and more of this on an up. Now right there I kind of emphasized it a little bit, and it would not sound the same if I stopped put the accents on the downs, which that second down came in on an and. 1, 2, 1, 2, and. So if you hear a down on an and, it tends to put more of an accent there as opposed to that keeping the downs on the beats. Okay. I've talked about that in all kinds of other lessons, but I figured today would be a good time to bring that up as well. Okay, I might need to get back to just messing around and playing some songs and learning some new stuff, but I have had a lot of fun lately playing songs. I hope everybody else, as we get into the new year, and again, hope everybody had a good holiday season, and things are looking good for the new year, hopefully. Looking pretty good around here. Everybody's relatively healthy. That's all it really matters right now. And looking forward to coming out with some, again, new tunes, new ideas, but one of my New Year's resolutions is play the guitar more, to just kind of keep advancing the teaching and everybody else's learning and stuff out there. So, okay, that is it. I'm checking out until next Friday. Hopefully a few kind of cool surprises coming up next week, but now that I've told you they're surprises, they're not going to be surprises, but you never know. Okay, that's it for today. See you next week.